Level 1, the Cyan. You're 24 years old, living in London. You run a small, successful luxury car rental agency near Heathrow Airport. You have a quiet life, an American passport, and a dual Israeli citizenship that you rarely use. You are not a spy. You have no military training. But one rainy Tuesday evening, just as you are locking the glass doors of your office, a man in a tailored gray suit taps on the glass. You don't know him, but he knows everything about you. He knows where your parents live in New Jersey. He knows your bank balances. He knows about your fierce devotion to the survival of the Israeli state. He steps inside and doesn't ask for a car the normal way. He slides a set of keys and a blank piece of paper across your desk. He tells you that he needs a dark blue transit van, completely untraceable, with no paperwork, no credit card trail, and no GPS tracker. He needs it left in a specific underground parking garage by midnight, with the keys under the floor mat. He offers you no money. He explicitly tells you that you will never be paid for this. He tells you that if the British police come asking questions, you are entirely on your own. You will simply say the van was stolen. He looks you dead in the eye and asks if you are willing to serve the Institute, the Mossad. You are a scion, a helper, a civilian stepping into the shadows. You don't hesitate. You take the keys. You leave the vans exactly where he asked. 3 days later, you see on the news that an Iranian weapons procurement officer was found dead in a London hotel room. You recognize the street on the news broadcast. It's 2 blocks from where you left the van. You realize you are officially part of the machine. Level 2, the cadet. You can't just rent cars anymore. The adrenaline has permanently rewired your brain. You sell your business, pack your apartment, and fly to Tel Aviv. You apply to the Mossad officially. The recruitment is a psychological meat grinder. They don't care how fast you can run. They care how your mind works under crushing, suffocating pressure. You sit in a sterile white room for hours. The interrogators tear your entire life apart. They ask you deeply invasive questions about your childhood, your fears, your sexual history, and your moral boundaries. They give you a complex cipher puzzle hidden in seemingly random letters and numbers, similar to the ones they use to recruit for their cyber division. You solve it. You pass the screening and are sent to the Mossad's highly classified training facility near Herzliya. For 2 grueling years, your name ceases to exist. You learn the invisible arts. You are taught how to memorize the layout of a room in 3 seconds. You are taught how to lose a hostile surveillance team in the winding alleys of a European city. You learn how to withstand sleep deprivation and aggressive interrogation. Most importantly, you learn how to lie. Not just small lies, but deep structural lies that you have to believe yourself. You learn to invent entire histories for yourself on the spot. By the time you graduate, you are a ghost. You don't even recognize the person looking back at you in the mirror. Level 3, the Keshet Operative. You are assigned to the Keshet Division. The word means rainbow, but your job is completely dark. You are the invisible hands that prepare the battlefield for the heavy hitters. Your entire operational life revolves around electronic surveillance, wiretapping, and high-risk break-ins. You are sent to Bern, Switzerland. A Hezbollah financier is operating out of a quiet, wealthy suburb. The Swiss authorities have no idea your objective is to bug his entire house. You and your team wait until he leaves for a business dinner. You have exactly 45 minutes. You bypass the digital security system in less than 60 seconds. You move through the house like a shadow. You don't break anything. You don't disturb the dust. You drill microscopic holes into the baseboards to plant audio transmitters. You clone the hard drive of his encrypted laptop. You are sweating through your dark clothing, knowing that if the Swiss police catch you, it will be a massive international diplomatic crisis. If you are arrested, the Israeli government will deny any knowledge of your existence. You finish with 2 minutes to spare. You lock the door behind you, leaving no trace. A week later, based entirely on the audio intercepts you planted, an Israeli airstrike destroys a weapons convoy in Syria. You don't pull the trigger, but your fingerprints are on the bomb. Level 4, the Katsa. You've proven you can handle the dark, so they move you into the light. You are promoted to Tizomit, the largest and most critical division of the Mossad. You are now a Katsa, a field intelligence case officer. Your job is not to steal documents. Your job is to steal people. You manipulate human beings, finding their weaknesses, their debts, and their secrets, and you exploit them to collect intelligence. You are operating under a deep, non-official cover in Vienna, Austria. You pose as an international logistic consultant. Your target is a disgruntled Iranian nuclear scientist attending a United Nations conference. You spend months studying his profile. You know his marriage is falling apart. You know he feels unappreciated by his government in Tehran. You orchestrate a chance meeting at a high-end hotel bar. You don't mention Israel. You offer him a lucrative consulting gig for a fake European tech firm. You slowly build a relationship. You feed his ego. You pay him large sums of cash for harmless, unclassified information. Once he takes the money, the hook is set. You slowly increase the requests. He starts bringing you schematics of uranium enrichment centrifuges. By the time he realizes you are Israeli intelligence, it is far too late. You own him. If he stops cooperating, you will expose his treason to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which means a death sentence for him and his family. You sit across from him in a cafe, watching the terror in his eyes as he realizes he is trapped. You smile politely and hand him another envelope of cash. You have become a master manipulator, treating human lives like disposable chess pieces. Level 5, the Kidon. You are 32 years old. You are pulled from Tizomit and moved to Caesarea, the Special Operations Branch. Specifically, you are inducted into the Kidon, the bayonet. You are no longer gathering intelligence. You are the tip of the spear. You are an elite assassin. The missions are surgical, brutal, and globally scattered. You are part of a 20-person hit squad sent to Dubai to eliminate a senior Hamas military commander. You travel on a perfectly forged Irish passport. You do not fly directly from Tel Aviv. You route through Paris and Frankfurt to mask your origin. You arrive at the luxury hotel in Dubai. You are wearing a disguise, glasses, a fake mustache, different clothes. You wait in the hallway. When the target arrives and unlocks his door, your team breaches. The entire operation takes less than 10 minutes. The target is subdued, interrogated briefly, and injected with a synthetic toxin that mimics a massive heart attack. There is no blood. There is no gunfire. You wipe the room of fingerprints, lock the door from the inside, and walk out of the hotel lobby with the calm stride of a tourist on vacation. By the time the Dubai police discover the body and realize it was a targeted assassination, your entire team is already back in Tel Aviv, drinking coffee and debriefing. You watch the international outrage on the news. The world calls you a monster. Your commanders call you a hero. You feel absolutely nothing. That emptiness is how you know the Kaidan training worked. Level 6. The Zomet Commander. You are 42 years old. The physical toll of fieldwork has caught up with you. You no longer break into houses or inject targets. You are promoted to the rank of Major General in the IDF equivalent, and you now command the entire Tizomet division. You oversee hundreds of Katzes running thousands of agents globally. You are orchestrating the most audacious intelligence heists in human history. The Prime Minister wants proof of Iran's nuclear weapons program. You don't just send a spy. You authorize a massive infiltration. Under your command, a team of Mossad agents infiltrates a highly secure secret warehouse in a commercial district of Tehran. They have exactly 6 hours and 29 minutes to break through the alarm systems, burn through massive steel safes using industrial torches, and extract the data. You sit in a secure command center in Tel Aviv, watching the operation unfold via encrypted satellite feeds. The tension is agonizing. If your team is caught by the Iranian security forces, they will be publicly executed. Your agents managed to steal over 100,000 highly classified documents and computer files detailing the AMAD project. They smuggled a half-ton of physical files out of Iran right under the noses of their intelligence services. When the Israeli Prime Minister reveals the stolen archive to the world, humiliating the Iranian government and changing global geopolitics, you are not allowed to stand on the stage. You are not allowed to take credit. You're in the shadows, coordinating the next strike. You control an invisible army. Level 7, the Deputy Director. You are in your late 40s. You sit on the executive board of the Mossad. You are no longer just managing spies. You are managing empires. You handle the delicate, often treacherous relationships with foreign intelligence agencies. You fly to Langley, Virginia, to meet with the director of the CIA. On paper, you are unbreakable allies. In reality, it is a vicious game of leverage. You share intelligence about terror cells planning attacks in the United States, but you always hold something back. You trade secrets like currency. You also manage the Mossad's venture capital fund, Libertad. You are secretly investing millions into high-tech cyber startups to develop new, classified surveillance technologies. You are turning the Mossad from a traditional spy agency into a technological superpower capable of hacking any phone, any grid, and any camera on the planet. But you also have to manage the politicians. You read reports on deep state maneuvering. You deal with the fallout when a mission goes catastrophically wrong, like when agents were caught in Jordan with fake Canadian passports, sparking up a massive diplomatic crisis. You are the one who has to negotiate the release of captured agents, sometimes trading massive political concessions just to bring your people home. You realize that the purity of the mission you believed in as a cadet is gone. Everything is political. Every life is a bargaining chip. You are carrying the weight of the nation's survival, and the stress is quietly destroying you from the inside out. Level 8. The Director. You are 55 years old. The Prime Minister of Israel personally selects you. There is no parliamentary vote. There is no cabinet approval. You answer directly and only to the Prime Minister. You are the head of the Mossad. You sit in the supreme office at the headquarters in Tel Aviv. You command an annual budget of nearly $3 billion and a shadow workforce of 7,000 personnel. You are one of the most powerful and feared men in the Western world. Your daily briefing is a horrifying catalog of global threats. You read about uranium enrichment levels in underground bunkers. You read about shipments of precision-guided missiles moving through Syria. You read about sleeper cells forming in Europe. It is your job to stop them before they exist. You operate under the ancient biblical motto inscribed on your agency's walls. For want of strategy, an army falls, but victory comes with much planning. You authorize targeted killings. You give the green light to sabotage nuclear facilities using sophisticated cyber weapons like Stuxnet. You approve operations to assassinate leading enemy scientists, knowing that every action you take could trigger a regional war. When an Iranian nuclear scientist is shot in the throat by men on a motorcycle, the world points the finger at you. You never confirm and you never deny. You have reached the absolute pinnacle of the espionage world. You have ultimate power, but you have absolutely no peace. You live in a heavily fortified compound. You travel in armored motorcades. Your family lives under constant, suffocating security protocols. You know that enemy intelligence services plus hit squads and Iranian operatives are actively hunting you and your children. You cannot trust anyone outside your inner circle. You have spent your entire life deceiving others, manipulating foreign assets and ordering men to pull triggers in the dark. You look out the reinforced, bulletproof glass of your office window. You built a career on the survival of your nation, moving from a young man handing over van keys in a London parking lot to the supreme architect of global covert warfare. You are keeping millions of people safe while they sleep, but you will never sleep soundly again. This is the Mossad, a world where truth is a weapon and deception is an art form. You climb the ranks from a disposable helper moving cars, to a ghost holding a poisoned needle, to the supreme director moving armies from the shadows. You realize that true power isn't about standing in the light and taking the credit. True power is controlling the darkness, knowing that the world's most terrifying secrets are locked inside your own mind until the day you die.